Welcome back to Kings at the Table podcast, where if you're a king, you belong at the table. And Juan, this is the last week getting straight into the playoffs, Juan, and it's been a hell of a season.
Yes, sir. We finally closing this season off. It's the best part of the year, though.
For
it
sure.
ain't Christmas.
What is it?
It's the playoffs, baby.
The playoffs.
And some of us were a little fortunate to just squeak on in.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You guys got in there, man. I mean,
Barely. Thank you. Hey, thank you very much, Tennessee. We appreciate you.
we'll get into that. But the first team we want to get into is the team that came back out of nowhere, and it's the Buffalo Bills taking the division away from the Miami Dolphins.
That's just think, man. It was just a few weeks ago when I was like, the Bills are done. They're wrapped up. And yet they made it in. They handled business. They went to Miami and did that. You know what I mean? But Tua didn't look that good.
No.
I mean, they just and that was theirs to win, but they were missing Waddle and Mozart.
Yeah, that's a key thing, to be missing those guys. But one thing that stood out to me was none of the guys really had a great performance as far as the quarterbacks. It wasn't, and it's going to sound like I'm hating. No, Bills earned it. They went into Miami. They won the game, took the division.
Yep.
Like, that's huge, especially when you're talking about that first round home field advantage.
Yeah.
You know, you get that, and it's against your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
We'll get into that a little later. But at the same time, nothing stood out. Like Josh Allen, he did that the last drive, got those little scrambles, but he had 2 picks.
Usual Josh Allen stuff.
Like, you won by 7. What stood out to you more of just...
I think the fact that they kind of barely did enough. It almost seemed like they barely did enough to pull away and get that win. And like going back to what you say, like Tua didn't look good either.
No.
It was just like kind of like I guess, shit show a little bit.
I think they both are taking it safe. Like, we're both in the playoffs. What are we really fighting for home field? Yeah, we are, but we're in the playoffs.
I think Miami should have fought a little bit harder because, there's that stat where they always play better at home. They got that home field advantage, the whole temperature, climate, all that other stuff. It falls in their favor.
Definitely.
Now you guys got to go on the road for the entire playoffs. And, I mean, your first game is going to be against Kansas City. And that's cold weather there. Tropical versus cold weather, that ain't going to be too good of a mix.
Yeah, I don't think the Dolphins are usually in cold weather.
No, very rarely when they do have to play in cold weather. So going into that game, that's going to be weird. But good thing for the Bills. They get that climate element for themselves. Cold weather team. But, I don't know, man. A lot of these games that happened over the weekend, if you kind of think about it, everybody looked kind of off. It wasn't like no for sure assertion dominance from any in particular team.
No, yeah, I mean,
and there was a lot of resting.
Correct. I was going to say, you got to put that in account. Like, these top teams did rest their guys. So maybe if they didn't rest, you would see that dominance. But one thing we got to get into is, did the Bills make themselves some serious contenders?
You know what, man? It's hard for me to want to like crown them as contenders. I mean, yeah, did they handle that back half at the end of the season right? Yeah, they did. They got enough wins. They handled it. Got the division, but I don't know, man. I still feel like I'm on the fence a little bit as far as to whether or not they're actually legit or not.
Yeah.
How do you see them kind of looking?
I see the kind of. I feel what you're feeling. I'm like, I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, what other AFC team looks good? I get the Ravens do. You could throw the Browns in there, but other than that, as far as just like dominant and going forward as contenders, I can see the Bills contending, but I'm not all in on them.
I feel like they're gonna like come up short.
Yeah.
Or like Josh Allen's gonna fuck it up a little bit with like a pick at the wrong time or something. Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen, and their defense is starting to get a little healthy. They got their safety back, and I understand all those things. But what happens when you get to the playoffs is that pressure. And we're talking about how Josh Allen throws these interceptions. Now, he had one hell of a game that we're never going to forget with Patrick Mahomes. If he can have that kind of run, they're definitely contenders.
Oh, for sure.
But we have yet to see that since that game. And it's like we're continuing to see these interceptions. They're winning games. I get it. But it's like I haven't seen that game again. And it's hard for me to say, oh, yeah, those guys are contenders. Show me a game like that. Oh, for sure the Bills are contenders.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's why, I kind of got a little bit of hope going into this game. I'm like, hey, you know what? We might be able to pull this one out. And especially because, it's a cold element factor. I mean, we're used to that as far as the Pittsburgh Steelers go. But Our key thing is whether or not we're going to get TJ back on time.
Definitely. Well,
But,
let's get into your division, Juan. The AFC North, first time since 1931, every single team in the division is above 500.
Look at that.
That is insane.
Best division in football, I guess.
Hands down.
Hell yeah. And you know what, man? At the end, towards the end, still, Jake Browning with the Bengals was doing that. I just wonder, like, if the circumstances were a little bit different, had they not had, got hit with the injury bug or anything like that, and Joe Burrow was there, who knows what that division really could have turned into? That would have been crazy.
Well, how much more can they turn into? I mean,
they're
all above 500. They had the same record. They were right there in the hunt.
I think they're 9-8. 9-8, yeah.
One game behind y'all.
I know, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that would have been wild to see. Imagine if all four of us got in there.
You know what gets me? Yeah, for sure. If all four?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That would have been crazy. Mind-blowing. Anyways, yeah, I was just like, holy crap, that would have been some shit. But the Steelers, you guys got in. You guys are going to be playing the Bills. We just got done talking about it.
Sure.
What is it going to take for y'all to go in there, make it a game? Let's not just say y'all going to sneak one out, but make it a game. Because, Juan, real quick, anybody listening right now has the Steelers not even close. I'm telling you right now, they don't believe in the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Buffalo and getting upset. Let these guys know what it's going to take for Pittsburgh to get that.
As long as we can put that pressure on Josh Allen and make him do those ugly throws, because for some weird reason, man, like our secondary has kind of been playing pretty solid, and our rush defense is pretty good right now too. So, like, we've been holding up on the defensive side, and for some weird reason, like my son would say, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is out there balling right now.
Definitely.
He's killing it, and it almost seems like he was that missing piece this whole entire time. It's right under our nose. I mean, he's getting yards. It was an ugly game against Baltimore this last weekend, due to the weather circumstances, but let's not forget about the two-headed dragon that we got with Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything right now is just clicking. Everything's moving. Both sides of the ball are looking good. My biggest thing, though, is that worries me actually a lot is special teams when it comes to our punting game. Our punter is garbage.
Really?
Yeah, he can't. Upon drafting him, this dude was able to flip the field. No problem. Now he can barely get the ball like 30 yards. I'm like, bro, get them in the other side.
Do you think it has to do with weather?
No, because he's been doing it on good days, inside, whatever. It doesn't matter. That guy can't flip the field over.
Okay.
So that's kind of been like the irritating thing as of lately. But, I mean, again, play calling has been solid. I think we can really solidly pull off an upset with the offense running as good as it is. And we're wearing down these teams on the defense.
What about the fact that Minka's coming back?
That's another big, humongous thing right there.
Right.
That's hella huge, because now we got our quarterback on defense. And he's going to be able to, like, boom, 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 and he's going to handle it. He's had enough time off. I feel like he's ready to go. And he already said, like, as soon as we got in, he goes, I'm on that field.
Oh, there we go.
So, I mean, he's ready to go.
Definitely. And we just got done talking about how Josh Allen turns the ball over. Well, you're talking about one of the best safeties in the game coming back. Yeah. That's something to look forward to. Minka's going to be ball hawking that ball because, what Josh Allen does is he just throws.
Half the time, yeah, he's just throwing them out there.
Diggs is out there somewhere. He does that, one of those things. And good luck because Minka could make that interception very easily. But TJ Watt could be out this game, and that could make an effect. It will make an effect if he doesn't play.
Hell yeah, it will. That's going to leave one side of the field pretty open. I mean, we do have Highsmith on the other side, but I mean that's a codependency with each other because they can both get there all the way solidly all the time.
For sure. Well, one reason you guys got in was because these damn Jaguars have lost 5 of the last 6 games and missed the playoffs, bro. Like, that's one of the biggest choke things we've seen in a long time.
I think I cursed him, Rich.
Yeah.
Money line the Jaguars over the Niners.
I remember that. I mean,
it's crazy because at one point these guys were almost the number 1 seed.
No, yeah, exactly. That was right before this run.
Yeah. They
were 90% chance of winning the division. How do you not win the division, dog?
Fold like a lawn chair, bro.
That is crazy.
That's garbage.
It's garbage, yeah.
I mean, there's no other way to put that. Like I don't understand how this whole crumble effect. It's not like they had injuries. Like really, like thinking off
Lawrence
the top of my
went
head.
down.
Oh yeah, that one for like
about 2 weeks or so.
So he was out for 2 weeks.
He sat out one, came back, but he wasn't himself. And this last game, speaking of that though, you can tell he's not himself. That injury is it's pretty serious.
It kind of lingered around a little bit.
Like his shoulder, it's a shoulder injury, and he missed really wide open down the field. Could have tied the game. I mean, they still need that 2-point conversion, but
they had a chance.
They had a chance, and it's just like, I mean, it could be the injury. They just fired their defense coordinator.
That's wild. And I mean, that defense was okay. It wasn't like a star-studded, but it was okay. It was getting the job done prior to that Niner game. But again, that was just a big-ass collapse.
Well, one thing we do talk about, I mean, we brought up Trevor Lawrence a couple times throughout these weeks. And first we said he can't motivate nobody. And then at one point we're like, hold on. We're kind of like, we're going a little too far on it. They could have been the number 1 seed, like we were just saying. And now they're back to losing 5 of 6. It's like, is it Lawrence? Is it the coordinator? What is it, dude? Like, Lawrence has a lot of potential. Like they were saying like Peyton Manning status.
Yeah, for sure they were.
He don't look like Manning.
No,
he don't look like the best quarterback in the division.
And that's the crazy thing because he's now in the division. Well, we touched on this a little while ago, a few weeks ago. That division's about to have nothing but heavy hitting quarterbacks
for sure.
And so it's either like, bro, you had the head start. You got to lead the way, but you finna get left in the dust. All these other guys are going to come in, and they're just going to take the division from you, and then you're going to be the bottom barrel guy.
One thing that just came to my mind, Juan, just right now.
Shoot it, Rich. Shoot it.
Should the Jaguars consider trading Trevor Lawrence?
Ooh.
With all these quarterbacks coming out,
this is quarterback year.
You can get some value for Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely.
With the high potential. I don't see it happening. It just came to my mind.
But, I mean, it is possible.
It's something that the franchise should think about, knowing that division is stacked.
That is very true. That's an interesting point. But I can't see them letting him go for some weird reason. Like, I feel like they want to hold on and believe that he is that guy and ultimately can make that leap into the next level. But he's not. I don't know.
Yeah, see, this is what's getting me, and it's starting to flow now, bro. Because these brain cells are working right now. and why is it we're so quick to do it to Justin Fields?
Oh, that's true. I think it's because you get like a stability kind of thing. You get more of a stability feel. I feel more stable having.
Who would you rather have
right now on Steelers? Let's go with
Fields or Trevor Lawrence.
See, I can't answer that question.
Is that something that people should be thinking about? Are they on the same level?
No, they're two different kinds of quarterbacks.
Correct. But as far as who would you rather have?
It depends on what team you're running with. Like right now, like I've never personally seen, well, besides Cordell Stewart and like some small flashes of Ben Roethlisberger, I've never seen or I've never had the pleasure of having a mobile quarterback like that. Correct. Like a Justin Fields. So, like, I would be like safe bet would be Trevor Lawrence. But I'm not really a Trevor Lawrence fan, so obviously I'd go with Justin Fields. But it just kind of depends on, like, your level of comfort, I think.
Definitely. I was just trying to get it together as far as just how.
Who would you go with at the Broncos?
If Fields or Lawrence?
Yeah.
That's tough, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm just saying,
it's a comfort thing.
It's not.
It's kind of like what you're used to.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about used to, but at the same time, it's like
the game's changing.
Not even the game's changing. I'm trying to express to you that Justin Fields is on the same tier as Trevor Lawrence. No matter how your team runs, I think they're on the same tier. And people are so quick to move on from Fields in Chicago, and it's like, hold on, put Trevor Lawrence in Chicago, they're the same shit. Put Justin Fields in Jaguars. I think Justin Fields could do some work with the Jaguars.
Well, I think the Jaguars have a better team. Now what are we saying here?
I'm saying Justin Fields should stay in Chicago, and maybe they should put these rumors with Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence should probably be getting traded.
I can't see them touching Trevor Lawrence.
I don't see they will.
That's sunshine, bro.
I'm just saying, this media here at Kings at the Table, we're going to expose people. And Trevor Lawrence needs to get exposed.
You've been exposed, Trevor.
Straight up.
Damn. I don't know. That's a good one to think about. I'm going to be thinking about that one for a minute.
Definitely. I already know. One thing right now that the Packers are thinking about is if they got their franchise quarterback in Love. And the Packers are the youngest team ever to make the playoffs.
Average is what, 25 years old-ish?
I think so.
That's crazy. So that just lets you know, put some more pieces over there, get some veterans in there. Maybe, I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying get some good, solid veterans that can teach these guys. Bro, the sky's the limit for that team eventually.
I mean, they're going into Dallas. It's not going to be easy or anything, but, I mean, I'm not saying for sure Dallas is winning.
Are you?
I'm not. Ooh. And I'm big on the Cowboys. I'm not saying right now playoffs, bro. I mean,
we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, let's take it first round at least.
Let's never forget, some people have history when it comes to first playoff games.
Definitely. Do you think the Packers found their franchise quarterback?
Absolutely. I think again they're just gonna get better. Like you said, they're young. Imagine another receiver, maybe a tight end. I think that team's gonna develop and become just that much more better. Get some help on the defense. And, bro, what are we talking here? We're talking possibly, real legit contenders next year.
Is it fair to say that if Love didn't go to the Packers, right now, if he was on any other team, we would be saying he's a franchise quarterback? And since he's with the Packers and he's following Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, it's a lot more pressure. And it's, hard to say, yeah, that's the guy because of who they've had before. Is that kind of fair to say?
I think... I don't know, Rich. That's a two-sided kind of question because, you could say, if he was on the Bucs, I mean, and let's say he didn't spend any time with Tom Brady. Could we be saying that he's a franchise quarterback then? Not really. I think it's because of the learning steps that he had gotten, handed down from Aaron Rodgers and everything like that, sitting behind him, learning the system, learning how to be a quarterback, knowing how to do all these things. I think that's the reason why we can put him in that tier of he's a possibility. He's a franchise quarterback.
I definitely agree with everything you just said, and he is who he is today because of how he came in and how he got mentored by Rodgers. I'm just saying, based on all that, and he took all that knowledge and he was on another team, we'd be like, that's a franchise quarterback. The Packers, it's hard for that fan base to say that's a franchise quarterback. I think now they are, that they're in the playoffs, and now that that's what I'm trying to say is they're the youngest to ever make it, the whole team. That's impressive, dog. That's a quarterback right there.
Yeah.
You feel me? He got the youngest team.
That's a whole team working together right there.
Straight up.
A bunch of young guys out there, and they're like, hey, we could play. They're playing for each other. And that's a good thing to see, especially, thinking, after this Aaron Rodgers era, you're like, oh, man, where are we really going to be at? You're not really seeing what Jordan's really capable of doing. And he's putting it on display right now this season that, hey, he can roll with it.
I'm jealous. I'm fucking jealous, bro.
Me too.
I'm jealous about your guys' coach, and I'm jealous how they are with their quarterbacks.
That's crazy.
Y'all fucking, your guys' franchises are sick,
We're spoiled.
Bro. And the Broncos have a nice franchise, too.
Absolutely.
I'm not taking away. We're either hella good or average. We have 1 year that was really bad, which was last year. Other than that, it's been 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're never that low. There's teams that go low for a long time, but let's not go there. One team that's above average right now is the damn Cowboys. They won the division.
We them boys.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Winning the division, Juan. What's your take on the Cowboys overall?
That was actually kind of a little bit of a left field to me. I thought they'd be up there as far as in this division. I had them, I believe, right behind the
Eagles.
The Eagles. That's what we're gonna have fun talking about. But I didn't see them pulling ahead and beating out the Eagles for the number one spot and in the division. So they're right now, them too, man. They're just clicking offensively. Dak's looking amazing. CeeDee Lamb is him.
Oh, for sure.
He is him. And that, I said that the defense was going to be the reason why they were going to fold early. And McCartney would have gotten fired for that. And you know what, though? That defense is holding up.
Yeah.
And they're looking nice. I mean, shit. They're up there, dude. They're up there, bro. There ain't nothing else to say about that.
It's a dangerous team going into the playoffs. They got the home field as far as
that part.
It's not the Niners. If they were to play the Niners down the road, if they get that far, they would have to go to Santa Clara. But prior to that, having that home field, maybe the Eagles having to go through there, or who else? Let's just say The Lions, that's huge that they got that home field. Dak Prescott, though, he's balling this year, and I think it's a different type of Dak Prescott. And it's hard for me to buy into Dak Prescott, basically, because his whole career, he seems to fold. Like when it comes to, and it's early. It's early. It's still the playoffs is coming. He can still fold, which he's known for.
But we're not trying to put no bad juju.
No bad juju. I think this is the year for the Cowboys to make a real serious run. Out of all the past years, Cowboys haven't been that serious or contenders. This is their first year in a long time, in my eyes, that I feel like the Cowboys have a chance to maybe beat the Niners.
Woo! You heard it here first, folks.
And I'm just...
we'll see what happens when we get there.
I mean, both teams got to get there, first of all.
Yeah, for sure.
Both.
Yeah.
Not just one. Both. One thing that stood out, and I've been going back and forth with a couple guys in DMs, is who have the Cowboys beat?
That part.
Juan,
they got the Eagles.
Can you get into that a bit, though, as far as, are you a believer about teams who have they beat? Because I'm starting to go a different route nowadays.
I mean, you know what? In a sense, sometimes you got to actually look at, okay, how did you get here? And, I mean, if you're playing a bunch of, mediocre teams, really, how did you get here? Like, that's how I feel about the whole, I mean, it's completely off subject. That's how I feel about the college system and how Alabama gets in every fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, what, you got 2 losses, but yet you still get to go in?
I think that's a slightly different, because that's a heated conversation there.
I know. FSU should have been in there instead. But,
for sure.
But that's another point that I'm trying to make.
For sure.
How did you get to where you're at now? And I mean, who have the Cowboys, who's been the toughest opponents that the Cowboys have had to face? They had to face the 49ers. The 49ers handled that business. They faced the Eagles the first time. The Eagles took care of them. I think that was in Philly.
Dallas got them back.
Dallas got their get back.
They beat the Lions.
On a weird speculation, but
they lost to the Dolphins.
And they lost to the Dolphins.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. How did you get there? Did you really prove to yourself that, yeah, we're those guys?
Now, I love everything you're saying, because I have something for it. And it's more of, I was thinking like that all season.
Yeah.
I was one. And for something just clicked in my mind today. And I was like, you know what? And this isn't to be a hater or anything, bro. This is to put shit out there, and people need to research and understand shit. Because who have the Niners played?
Let's see.
Juan,
they lost to the Browns.
I just looked at their schedule.
They only played the Ravens.
Juan, I looked at their schedule. Tell me a good team that the Niners have beat. If the Cowboys ain't real and they beat the Cowboys, that doesn't count because they're not real.
Okay.
Who is a team that they beat that's real? Every team that's real, they lost to. So don't hit me with I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody in general.
No. I'm trying to think of this Niners schedule.
They lost to the Browns. They lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Ravens. They lost to the... there's 5. Let me pull it up. But as far as just...
who are they... how did you get here?
Yes.
They swept their division. Shit. I don't know. Who you got there, Rich?
Let me pull it up. Their schedule. So who did I say?
They beat us. They beat us week 1. I know that for sure.
Oh, the Rams, they just lost to because they benched.
Yeah.
They lost to the Bengals, the Vikings, the Browns, the Ravens, and Rams.
Yeah.
So
really, they only beat, I guess, in our book, an actual contender that we're talking about here, and that would be in the Dallas Cowboys. And they got the Eagles, but the Eagles, we'll talk about
the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's going back to my point as far as I get it, and me personally, I have the Niners beating the Cowboys. It should be a hell of a game. I did mention that if there was a team in the NFC, I think the Cowboys could beat the Niners.
Yeah.
If there was a team.
If we got there.
Right?
Yeah.
But the whole, who have you played?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say the Niners haven't played nobody or beat
anybody of significance? That's true. That's one way to look. That's actually a good one.
Right?
Damn.
And it threw me off. And I was like, damn, bro, the Cowboys are doing their thing. They're getting slept on, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
They're doing the same shit the Niners are doing. Except
Cowboys,
they got banged by the Niners.
Did the Cowboys beat the Bills?
No.
No, they lost that one.
They lost.
That's another one, though. That's kind of a... It almost sounds like the NFC kind of like had a little easier kind of time when it came to the schedule a little bit, if you kind of look at that.
And by you saying that, I also searched some other stuff up because we were just talking about the AFC North and them being above 500. The Ravens, 14 of the 17 weeks, they played playoff teams or above 500.
Yeah.
They're the number 1 seed. They're the only team that's played real teams with those kind of record, with that type of record.
But they lost to a good team twice.
Huh?
They lost to a hella good team twice.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
They lost to your Steelers?
Yeah.
And then they rested them. Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, though.
No, but yeah, no.
As
What
far as
you're
who
saying
they
is
beat.
the Ravens obviously had a tougher schedule in this whole situation. I mean, again, we don't make the schedules. Somebody else is making them or whatever, however they come about it. But, I mean, I think they should, in order to really be considered like a number 1 for reals, I think it has to go be based off your schedule. But, I mean, wins and losses kind of go. But then it kind of go, what? Like, so you're just going to base it off of like, okay, you're supposed to win these games. You're supposed, like the Niners should have damn near went undefeated then, if that's the case.
Yes.
And yet they lost, what, 5?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's my point. So when I hear it from a Niner fan saying it about the Cowboys, I'm like, hold on, I'm neither of those fans. Let me step in between y'all. Hey, split up a little bit, bro. Don't fight, bro.
Y'all, let me break it down for both of y'all.
Yeah, but y'all damn near the same fucking team. All right? I get it. You guys have a rivalry, and I love it. And I love it, Juan, because I can't wait. And I want that matchup because the NFL needs rivalries.
Yeah.
Big time.
That was one that never left.
Man, I'm tired of this jersey swap shit after a game.
Hell no.
What
It's got to be bad blood.
What happened to tension before the game, during the game, and after the game?
Kind of like the Eagles game last year in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, that was real right there.
Right.
That was dope to see.
And I can't wait to see that. But since you brought the Eagles up, Juan, yeah, they're
Rich, what is there to say about the Eagles right now, man? Because I'm at a loss for words.
I am too. You know, I think there's something in that locker room that's going on. And I've said it earlier in the season. It was an A.J. Brown situation.
Yep.
And you can still kind of see it because this whole season he hasn't done shit.
The whole team hasn't done nothing, man. Like but I don't know, man.
I'm just saying I'm feeling as far as him not doing anything is like a sportsmanship, like a poor sportsmanship. Like he's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. He don't really fuck with Hurts, bro. I really believe that him and Hurts don't get along. That's my belief, and from what I've seen, and this season is kind of showing that.
Well, let's not forget how happy they were to be together when they first happened.
Yeah.
And then, shit, one night went bad, and that was it. Like, I mean, it's not just so mentally on these two guys. I mean, it's a team effort. The whole team's got to do something, and that whole team is just flat as hell, dude. Like garbage flat. They I don't know, man. Like I can't even see them winning the game. I think they'll lose. They'll lose to Tampa. I'm gonna go ahead and only say that shit.
Well, before you say that one, let's just say, who's more in trouble, the Dolphins or the Eagles?
The Eagles, easy. That's what I believe. Who do you believe is more in trouble?
Well, why are they more in trouble? Why is it the Eagles over the Dolphins?
We haven't seen the Eagles win a game in how many weeks?
Okay,
it's been a while. They were 10-1 at one point. And now look at them. They haven't done anything.
The Dolphins fell off too, though.
They did, but I mean, I would have a little bit more faith in the Dolphins than I would with the Eagles. If I had money line, if you were to money line, let's just not say this game, but if you're going to money line either the Eagles or the Dolphins, who you money lining
versus each other, or the playoffs?
Let's just say this playoff game. Who you money lining?
Oh, I don't know because
I'll money line Miami.
You money line. I like Miami. I like that matchup, but I can't say that the Bucs are going to beat the Eagles.
Well, I mean, okay, explain to me how the Bucs are going to lose to that. Because right now, the way the Eagles have been playing, bro, I think any team in that right now in the playoffs can beat the Eagles.
Yeah,
and that's not even like having like somewhat faith in them, and I was high on them this year.
You know what? I said that it was a guaranteed win last week against the Giants, and they got banged.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it's I can't even have faith in these guys.
And week before that, it was supposed to be the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And then the Seahawks. Damn. Yeah, dude.
I mean, really, Rich, like, what can you see the Eagles doing in this playoffs?
I can see them losing. It's pretty messed up, though, because they just came off the Super Bowl.
Shit.
But you know what, Juan? Maybe I should change the team. Who's more in trouble, the Eagles or the Chiefs?
The Eagles?
Yes.
Still the Eagles, bro.
Because the Chiefs are in trouble, too.
I understand that part.
The Chiefs haven't looked like themselves either.
If Taylor Swift is there, they got it.
We got to show her here.
She'll be at the game.
Straight up.
But Rich, I can't see the Eagles doing anything, dude. I have zero confidence in them. And it's not like it sounds far-fetched that if they lose to the Bucs.
Do you have confidence in the Chiefs?
More than the Eagles? Hell yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You think?
I believe the Chiefs have a better chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Like,
win the first game.
Yeah, I have more faith that the Chiefs will put up 21 points.
Okay.
Versus the Eagles even getting close to 21.
I think it's safe to say that the Eagles are more in trouble.
I think the Eagles really need to wake up and, like, get this shit going. Or, bro, that team can hit some real bad turmoil and they're going to start slowly maybe, falling apart.
Definitely, especially if they lose this first round against the Bucs. Is it time to start, like, making some moves? You're going to have to.
It's gonna get to that point. But, I mean, as of right now, I mean, what can you ultimately see in how much in trouble? Okay, so you believe the Eagles are in more trouble, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why you believe that.
Well, now, I mean, after we done talking about it, I just think that, they haven't beat nobody in the last 3 weeks, like you're saying. It's like, I had them for sure to beat the Cardinals 2 weeks ago, and they lost. Favored only 5 points against the Giants, and you needed to win the division just in case the Cowboys lose. You get banged? Bruh. For sure win. For sure.
They got tie-rodded.
A baller, millionaires put money on that Eagles Monday night game.
Yeah, they did.
And they lost. The Eagles are in trouble.
The casino always wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's...
I mean, I can't sit here and keep bashing these dudes because, like, I mean, it's really hard to have any type of confidence going into these games. Like, okay, the Eagles will pull this one off. The next week after that, they really got to get it together and handle the, whatever business they got to handle. But I can't even see them getting past this one.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Baker has been looking pretty cool.
I think their weakness is their secondary, and you're looking against Mike Evans and Godwin,
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. They can put up points. I mean, they didn't put that many points up this weekend, but, I mean, for sure, give it the opportunity. I bet you they can.
Well, Juan, since we're on these playoff matchups right now, let's get into this pretty much a revenge week in the playoffs.
Oh, headlines, baby, headlines.
The one we wanted, we got in the first round, and it's Matthew Stafford and the Rams going into Detroit to play the Lions.
Reunited.
Man, that's one game right there.
That's going to be so good to watch.
They said that the Lions fans right now are putting all kinds of things out saying they don't want to see a Matthew Stafford jersey in there. And they're saying, yes, he was a hell of a guy on our team, but he wanted out, and we got him out, and we gave him a safe route to win that championship. Now we got Jared Goff, and we're at home. We're the home field. If you're going to wear that Stafford jersey, mark off the Stafford on the top and put Williams as a receiver.
Damn.
Is that a new rivalry?
It depending on how this game goes down, bro, it fucking for sure could.
I like it.
I'm ready for this one. That one's going to be the fucking... Oh, man, Rich, when you dropped that one on me the other week, I was like, ooh, I want that one to happen so bad. Sure. And, I mean, this is a proving point for both guys. I think, like, if Jared Goff comes out and he wins this one, he's like, y'all messed up. Y'all got rid of me. I mean, yeah, Matthew Stafford got a Super Bowl, but then again, it's kind of like that's going to be. I just want to know what the crowd's going to sound like when Stafford comes on the field.
They got to boom.
Can you though?
You have to.
Damn.
Even though they shouldn't. Down the road when he's going to retire his farewell tour.
Oh man.
But you have to, dude.
Yeah, you will.
Right?
Yeah.
He wanted out. I mean, and every rightfully so, he should have won.
Hell yeah, he should have. Because look what he got out of it. He got a Super Bowl out of it. But, this is going to be a really good matchup between these two teams.
Did the Rams do Jared Goff wrong?
Kinda.
They were in the Super Bowl, lost, got rid of him.
And you bring in Matthew Stafford.
They won.
They did. could have Goff won that one.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Stafford won that one. I think the way he was clicking with everybody kind of like just was what it needed to be, and I think that's what helped him get that Super Bowl push.
Who do you got in this week?
Oh, man.
Who you taking, Juan?
What up, Detroit? Let's go Lions, baby.
They gonna carry it on?
Hell yeah.
I'm going Lions. I mean, I'm going Rams, dude.
Nice.
I think the Rams are gonna upset them. It has nothing to do with how Detroit had a hell of a season. They're doing good. I hope I'm wrong. But based on how the Rams been looking recently, they're starting to gel, and that's a very dangerous team in the NFC. I don't really think anybody really wants to face them as far as how hot they're looking and how hot Stafford is playing.
Yep.
McVay and him are just looking like they're calm. During when they're play calling,
there's no like miscommunication almost.
Hell no.
That shit's crazy.
And I'm like, Rams are nice.
They got a nice young team. Speaking of young, Puka.
Yeah.
Puka making headlines, baby.
Broke the record for rookies receptions
and yards.
Oh, that's impressive.
I like that touchdown he had over the weekend, though. The one that he got on the sideline wheel route. He pulled it in one quick one. That shit was nice.
Hell yeah. Another game. Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins are going to Kansas City, so he gets his revenge on the Kansas City Chiefs for trading them.
He better get this one right, because we remember what happened during the season in Germany. He was talking all that mess, and what did he do? Fumbled it, scoop and score.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's right. But this is the playoffs in Kansas City. That was in London.
No, Germany.
Or Germany.
That one was in Germany.
You're right.
But yeah, no, Miami, this is, again, the whole weather element factor, man. And I want to slide edge over to the Chiefs, but, you never know what could happen. Maybe, these guys are all coming back. Everybody's going to be playing full strength. No excuses. This is for real now for Tyreek Hill. Like, if you're gonna, if you're really about it, do something on that field and show you something, especially against the team that let you go.
And they won a Super Bowl without him.
Yep.
It wasn't like it was kind of disrespectful, but at the same time, they won one without him.
Yeah.
But Tyreek is still that dude, and he is him too. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know you said CD, but Hill had that type of year too.
Yeah, for sure he did.
And to go into Kansas City, I think they're going to. It's hard. That is kind of tough. I got them to win the game, but that is Patrick Mahomes at home.
It's how do I always say, Rich? It's how you win. It's how you win and how you lose.
Yeah,
it's one of them situations. I don't know, man. The Mahomes has been shaky.
That's a tricky game.
And 2-2.
Yeah, he doesn't look too good recently.
Exactly. That game could, man. That one might actually can even fall into like one of them brackets where like. You didn't think the game was going to be as good as it's sold. You know what I mean?
I could kind of see how Josh Allen and him had that battle.
It could happen
just because he has Tyreek.
Yeah, that could hella happen.
I can see that in the fourth quarter.
That shit could happen, bro.
Mahomes is like, fuck, I ain't got no receivers, but I'm gonna get you the ball somehow. Yeah, it's gonna. I don't know. It could go either way on that one though. Who you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to give it to the home team. I think the Chiefs pull it off.
The Chiefs.
It's going to be I think it should be a shootout. I mean, you got two passing quarterbacks like these two guys.
Who you got? Cowboys or Packers?
I think the Cowboys pull it off.
Cowboys
pull it off. They get that one back from when Dez caught it. I still believe Dez caught that.
Oh, definitely. I feel the same way he did. Yep. I want to see a good game, though. I hope Jordan Love comes out.
All these games are fucking great.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you said you got Rams. You think you got the Rams?
Who you got? This one's a good one. Cleveland versus Houston. Cleveland has to go into Houston.
There's our boy CJ.
CJ Stroud. Can he pull off going against the Browns, though?
You know what, man? That one, it could be a trick game, man.
Everybody got Browns. Everyone.
I think everybody's got the Browns, but CJ might pull some off. Yeah. That'd be some crazy stuff. This is really ultimately dictating what the Texans got from that trade. Going back to the trade with Deshaun Watson.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's a revenge. If Watson was playing.
Well, if Watson was playing, it wasn't getting massages all the time.
Yeah, but still, they got Stroud though.
This is kind of like, hey, Cleveland, y'all fucked up. This is what you guys could have had, kind of sort of situation scenario.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
So I mean, that kind of just got like for me in my mindset, like I'm like, oh, that just adds fuel to the fire. I want to take Houston now.
You want to take? I want to take Houston.
I want to roll with my boy CJ.
You going with CJ? Ah, damn. As much as I want CJ to win, I think if I were to bet, I'd have to take Cleveland.
Or are you gonna take Sleepy Joe on the sidelines?
Okay, sir. I'm taking the Browns based on their defense, but I want CJ Stroud to win. So it's a win-win for me. It's kind of a weak fucking thing to say, but hey, CJ Stroud is that guy. And what he said today, he was on the Pat McAfee show. They asked him about the Colts fan base and being the loud house. The loud house is what they call it. And now the Houston fans are calling it the Stroud house.
Damn.
And he said, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he's on there, and obviously McAfee played for the Colts, and he's like, you know what, man, I was rooting against you. He's letting them know straight up. Like, I'm a Colts fan or whatever. I play for the Colts. And Stroud was like, you know what, your guys' stadium was the loudest I played in so far, and I like how you guys had all those lights. Everybody had their cell phones out. That was cute. He said, that was cute.
Damn.
So he's already starting that whole rivalry, and I'm liking it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good. That's going to be a good game.
Straight up. Now, your Steelers versus Buffalo.
Who do you think I'm taking?
You're going with your guys, huh?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, baby.
Okay.
Who you got, Rich? Go ahead and lay it on it.
I'm going to have to go Bills as much as I think the Steelers can get them. Bills being at home. Again, I can see the Steelers beating the Buffalo Bills. I just think that win against the Dolphins carries on to this week. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's carrying on to this week. I mean, again, I can see your Steelers winning, though.
I think it's going to depend on whether or not our offense can really get moving. I have confidence in our defense, and, I mean, they can slow them down if TJ doesn't play. I think we can slow them down enough. But if our offense gets rolling, fucking sky's the limit, dude.
Definitely. I think the key thing for the Steelers to win is use Warren and Harris a ton. You got to keep that ball on the offensive side for the Steelers. You can't have Josh Allen ripping your defense apart.
Yeah, and that's going to be the scary part.
And I think that's it, Juan. But at the end of the day, who you got going to the Super Bowl and winning, Juan? Let's just have a prediction. That way everyone watching can be like,
man, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and let you handle that one first. I got to kind of think about this. I know you already got your kind of like whole plan out, but this going into this playoffs have been kind of tricky for me. Like, and I've been thinking about like, man, well, I mean, if you go this route, what about this route? And just kind of, I don't know. I can't really give it all of it.
I have not planned anything out. I haven't even looked at it. This is on the fly. And obviously we know the season and how it's gone all season, but it's going to be weird this year. It's going to be some weird things happening. And one thing that's not going to be weird is the Ravens will make the Super Bowl, but the NFC is going to be a little different, you know.
Okay.
And I have always had the Niners all year, but something's telling me they're not going to make it. And I think it's the year of the Cowboys to make it.
What?
And I think the Dallas Cowboys will make the Super Bowl. It's obviously just it's a prediction. I think that team knows the Niners the best. They've got their ass beat for 3 years straight. Something's different, bro. Dak Prescott is balling now. Something clicked. And the defense has been clicking. The Niners, I'm not sure. There's something missing, dog. I can't put it together. I'm like, they've had that one good win, and then I'm like, yeah, brother, it's the Niners' year. It's the Niners' year. But every week I'm like, I'm not too sure. I'm not as confident as I was in the beginning of the year. I think the Cowboys upset them.
Damn.
And
that's deep.
it is
that's
deep.
fucking deep.
I'm just trying to. I'm putting it together, Juan, and
I know what you're talking about when you say like you feel.
I'm putting the matchup right now. If I have the Ravens versus Cowboys, that's a fucking badass Super Bowl. A badass Super Bowl. And I'm going to go Lamar route, but I can see the Cowboys winning it all this year.
Fuck.
I can see it finally being the year that the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, but I'm going Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson finally gets a Super Bowl. Shout out to Big Trust and the Ravens. Who you got, Juan?
Damn. Way to fucking side. That was an epic movie. I saw the whole movie.
I won an award. I got the script, Juan. I got the script.
Of course you have the script. That's like, it's right there, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to see your answer. So, man. Okay, so that's a good one. Cowboys and Ravens win the Super Bowl. I mean, it's easy. Obviously, you could always do the easy route. You could always do, Ravens and the Niners Super Bowl.
If that's what it is, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, are we going to sit here and be like, I can't believe it? No, of course not, because we can both ultimately see these two teams going there. They have the potential to get there. But I mean, again, I like that one. That one was actually kind of like off to the side kind of thing. Like, right. I did not see that one coming.
But it's there.
It's a possibility. It's obviously there, right? It's there. It's there. Oh man, you know what?
You got Ravens for sure.
I almost want to say lock in the Ravens because, to be honest, man, I mean, yeah, we could probably beat them again, but I mean, us getting there, probably not. Well, I mean, if we win this week, we have a chance. We would play the Ravens.
What's going on right now, Juan?
Steelers.
What's going on right now?
Steelers and Lions in the Super Bowl. Let's go. Fuck it. That's what I'm going to say.
Come on.
No. I'll go ahead and I'm going to go with.
You got your Steelers?
Nah. To be honest, bro, I don't think we'll get there. I will probably lose. I'm being realist. Okay. I mean, did I expect us to get here? Not really. Yeah. Especially the way our season went. Not really. I don't know why, Rich, but like, I'm gonna come out with one, and you're just gonna look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Kansas City Rams.
The Chiefs and the Rams.
Yep. That is a bold ass take, but I can see some weird type of stuff happening because you know what, man? I think the Rams are that dark horse team.
You just had the Lions beat them, bro.
I know. I'm tripping. But
I had the Rams beating the Lions.
I know.
So,
oh, well, fuck it. Let's throw. No, you know what? Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't. To be honest, Rich, I don't have one. No. I don't have a prediction yet.
It's pretty hard.
It is hard, especially with these teams. But the Ravens and Cowboys one is like a legit guess.
Is it more you just don't have someone in the NFC?
That's my thing. I can't see. For some weird reason, dude, I think all those teams can beat each other.
Except the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah. The Eagles will just be the first quick out. But, like, honestly, looking at that list, like, I don't have hella confidence in a lot of those teams. The Cowboys one, yeah, that does stick out. Now that you mention it like that, yeah, it sticks out. The Niner one obviously sticks out, too. I mean, the safest route is to go, yeah, Baltimore Niners. Fuck it, I'll run Baltimore Niners.
Who you got to win
it?
Either one, you're like, I can't say none.
And it's just a repeat of that one we had a couple years back. But yeah, Ravens win that one.
Ravens take it?
Hell yeah.
For sure.
They don't have an answer to them.
Definitely. Well, you heard it here, Juan. What do we always say on this show, man?
If you're a king,
you belong at the table. Go on.
See you guys.